Yo everyone, welcome back to the Michigan-Untold YouTube channel. We're back with the Homeowner series, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Oh hey guys, I'm up on my upper house. You know, I got two houses. I got a house that's above a garage and that, but anyway, like the plans are for today is we're gonna go check out the Ohio Richlands Vintage Tractor Museum, and also someone's coming to look at this. And I have a box for that, for the project Jeep. So let's go ahead and hit the road. And let's go check out that museum. So let's go do a time lapse on over there. Alright guys, so we made it here, so let's go ahead and go in here and check in. Yeah, I like to check in, yeah, VIP, yep. Alright, so what do we want to start with? I will say this is all custom parking. There's a lot of people here today. And they got a couple old pieces of equipment like here. They pulled out of an old barn somewhere and it's just parked. I don't know what this actually is. I'm not quite sure what kind of tractor that is, and you know, a couple other old farm equipment for just, you know, decoration. You know, you got an old water truck here, and an old dump truck. Then you got a old class combine that's, well, looks like it's seen better days, that's for sure. And we got this Panther. I think this is a Steiger though. I think this is a case Steiger, I think. But it's all painted up in special edition, the Spirit of 76. So it must be some kind of special edition that Case IH did. This is really cool. Like, since we had the VIP pass, we're actually allowed to hop up in the tractor and take a look at everything. So yeah, this is actually pretty cool, guys. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to fire anything up. We don't have the key to anything, but we are allowed to sit in here since we do have the VIP pass. But yeah, this is really cool old tractor. Really cool. And even though this is a classic museum, they do have a classic cab over TLX 9000. I think that's what this is. But yeah, the TLX 9000, I was correct. Let's go ahead and hop in this, and yeah, this is pretty cool. Got the back sleeping cab. This is actually what they use to haul, but since they're not hauling anything right now, picking anything up, it just sits here for decoration. But anyway, let's go in and see the siding part right off the bat. You see my little John Deere that I sold them. And then obviously you guys already seen that, so I'm not really going to show you guys that thing. But you have a Model A John Deere, which is pretty cool, the old putt tractor. This thing is really cool, guys. Like, you could talk about workhorses of the day. Yeah, this was your workhorse of the day. Look, the engine's so big you can barely see it up in there. Believe it or not, the engine's right there. Well, let's go hop in this thing. This thing's pretty cool. Imagine this. Farming in this back in the day. Tell you what, that would have took a long time to do these fields that we were at around here, but tell you what, imagine having a couple of these rolling at a time. These used to be back in the day rolling across the fields. Bet your Farmer John had one of these back in the day. And we got this weird looking thing. I actually don't know what this is. What does that say? A Rostomash? Apparently this is some kind of European tractor that's got tracks on it. This is actually pretty interesting. So let's go ahead and hop in this. Oh, I guess I had to crawl over to this side here. Everything, this is different. Really different. Huh, this is kind of cool. Huh, never heard of one of these before. I wonder what kind of engine's got in it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Then we got this old Minneapolis Moline. And, yeah, this thing's pretty cool. It's got the, someone swapped out the engine in it. It's got a Detroit diesel up in her. Yeah, this is pretty cool too. Really cool. Let's crawl up in this. If I can figure out how to get up in here. Go for the back? Yeah, you gotta crawl for the back. Whoa, this is different. The steering wheel's off to the side. Huh, that's different. Your controls under, I'm not sure, but I'd like to run this though. This thing's kind of like a pain in the ass. Yeah, that's different. And we have an old white tractor. These things used to be rolling back and forth, but now you don't really see that many of them going to fields. This thing's actually kind of cool too. These old white tractors, these are pretty cool. I like these too. These are nice tractors. From what I heard from my buddies and things, they just look good going for the field, that's all. But yeah, this thing's pretty cool, guys. Really nice tractor. And let's go through all the small stuff now. We'll move over with the big stuff. So we got an old Maxi Ferguson 133. And this is pretty much all stock. It's got the stock exhaust on it. The funny part is about this is actually a European, a UK style tractor, because the exhaust does go underneath the floor. That's ones in America does, you know, come out the thing here. Don't quote me if that's actually real in real life or not. I'm just basing it off what I technically think what they are. But that thing's really cool too. These used to be little workhorses back in the day too. But now they're just, you know, collectors, and maybe some people hook up a little brush hog to them, move it along with it, or just little yard tractors to till your garden and all that. But these things are really cool too. I like these. I'd like to get one of these in real life actually. So yeah, this thing's really nice. Oh, I should say everything here's going to be really nice. So old McCormick, which is owned by obviously International, but yeah, W4. They said this thing sounds pretty good. This thing's small. You would think this would be bigger than that, but it's just not. You sit over under here. You like there was. Oh well, I was so happy I hopped in my old tractor. But yeah, the thing, so your steering wheel, you're right on top of your steering wheel, and only thing I don't like about this is your seat is blocking your hitch. You can't see what you're backing up to. But imagine running these back in this would have been kind of different, kind of weird. This definitely sits a lot different than what the Maxi Ferguson does. But that's really cool too. If I get my hands on one of these, I might. Well, actually no, these don't have that much horsepower compared to my Maxi Ferguson. And obviously you guys know this tractor. This is the tractor that I sold them. You guys see me hop on at the old Super H. No longer in my possession. Sold it to them. And you got a pretty much almost the same tractor, just, you know, with front wheels. And this one's got a little bit more horsepower, a little bit more fancier. This thing's really cool too. You don't see many of these going and doing field work anymore. These are really cool. You got the steering wheel flat as can be, but these two, you know, my tractor and this one, they're pretty much similar. They're pretty much almost exact. You got the old white seat. These things are pretty cool. I like these two. These are nice. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice old tractor. And this, I think this is for doing row crops. I think you hook up your fertilizer, your fertilizer spreader to this. Oh, I got to sneeze there. I think that's what this setup's supposed to be. This seems awful, really high. I think that's what that's supposed to be. I think this is special. torque amplifier. Huh, interesting. Yeah, I think this is just lifted up like this to, for crops and stuff. We got the option to hop up here and, you know, stand. You know, you remember back in the day when Grandpa used to own the tractor, you would sit there and stand on the old tow bar here, and you know, you'd go for a ride and all that. Yeah, I remember that. And I tell you what, you feel like you're really tall up here in one of these. This is really nice too, but it's very similar to obviously that and that. It's just a lot taller. And I have never seen one of these before. What I mean by I haven't seen one of these ever in my life is I've never seen a trike of this. I have never seen a trike version of the 460. I've never seen one that has been a trike setup. It's kind of different. It looks kind of odd too, though. It's honestly, it just doesn't look right. And obviously, you know, seems about the same, but it just you don't see your tires because your tires are underneath the thing. This is pretty cool. To at least this, you can see your hitch and your 3-point and all the things and all that. That's cool too, guys. Like, that's pretty nice. And this, I've seen this actually. My dad's friend has one of these. Pretty much it looks exactly the same as this, without that. And it has bigger. It's got wider tires in the front. And this thing to work, but you have to do those older generation farmers. You used to see them run this thing around the field. And I tell you, a really solid tractor. I like these. A lot of people like these. And now, let's go over to the big tractors. There's a hell of a different horsepower and size difference compared to all these. And well, let's start with Big Bud. I tell you what, these were all made in old Montana, and these are big tractors. These are workhorses. Unfortunately, they could not get their hands on the giant Bud, the biggest Bud in the series. Unfortunately, they could only get their hands on this one. So let's go ahead and hop in here. And I tell you what, there's a lot of room in this cab. Like, I tell you what, I can make a family of 4 fit in here. Yeah, this is really nice. But I tell you what, I wouldn't want to run something this big because that's a lot of looking around and being careful. You can't even see if a kid was standing right there, you couldn't see him. You would run him over. Unfortunately, yeah, I wouldn't want to run this. The only thing I wish that this was, I wish the seat back wasn't this tall. You can't see your back behind you. The only thing I wish. But yeah, really nice tractor, really nice. Like, you want to get some field work done, there you go. And we got an old case. This is actually when they start switching over to the case brand instead of International. We got an old 287 case. These things I love. Like, I absolutely love these tractors. These things are just, look at it. This thing's mean as hell. And this thing, I tell you what, this is awesome along with the big Bud Light. This thing can get some work done too. Let's go up in this thing, and I tell you what, again, this is another tractor. I'm glad I'm not a farmer and I wouldn't run this because you can't see a single thing. Not a single thing. The one thing I wish that this had was a window that went all the way down. Not cut off there because you could just almost see your 3-point down there. The only thing I like over this is the big Bud is the seat rest isn't that tall. All your controls are over there. This is pretty cool too. I like that. And well, that's a weird looking exhaust, but apparently that's stock. Old 490 Mac Pro. I do not see many of these. I know some YouTuber named Coda Cornstar used to run one of these. I'm not sure if he still does. But he had one of these. He used to run this for tillage. Doesn't do tillage that often, but yeah. At least it's got a PTO. This make a good auger cart if you had a decent sized auger for it. I think a good grain cart and all that. Duals. Let's hop up in this thing, see what this thing looks like. No, this is pretty cool. Pretty cool looking. Yeah, this is different. This is definitely a lot more of a spaceship or modern design compared to all the other tractors that we looked at. And they're all around the same age. So this one's more like a futuristic design for its age. That's really cool there. We got an old Alice Chambers. These are really nice. I've never seen an Alice Chambers that big in real life. But I never seen one of these, this style. Auto-articulated LS Chalmers, never seen one before. The interior on this, I mean, it's more modern than the interiors and like the big bud and that. But Matthew FS22, the most modern exterior for its age of tractor. This thing's really cool too. It's not my favorite tractor here, but still pretty good. Obviously, this looks very similar to mine, but it's smaller than the tractor that I have, because you know, obviously, see, it's a little different. It is smaller. It's got less horsepower, and obviously, the interior looks exactly the same. There's actually no difference here. That probably it's just a different color. It's got some red in it. But yeah, this thing's really cool too. Like, it's really clean. I like these tractors. You don't see many of these running back and forth through the field either. They're just kind of, pretty much once it starts having problems here, pretty much most people just take it to the junkyard and just get rid of them. And we're back to the smallest tractor here. And they just told me if I want, I can fire up the old putt-putt tractor. Let's go and fire this thing up. Oh yeah. You just listen to that thing. Why you put it in gear and, you know, take it for a little spin? Oh, they want us to go put it in this, put it in drive. Oh, just listen to that. Just listen into that. The little putt tractor. I tell you what, I didn't think that we were going to be able to drive a tractor today, guys. Like, I didn't see that happening. Well, just listen, that thing sounds so good. So well, yeah, that was the tour of the equipment. So I'm gonna put the camera down for a while. I'm gonna have a little talk with them and stuff, and I'll bring you guys back once we get back at the house. Oh, hey guys, we're back. It's the next day actually, so I got good news. And also I hope you guys did enjoy the museum showcase. That was a really nice museum. You want to come check it out, come down to the old Ohio Richlands. And but anyway, you can see that the F-150 is gone. So the fun story on this, it's actually, you know, if you go all the way down here, you go all the way to the end of the road, some father bought it, and he's actually going to give it to his son for his birthday. So you'll see it once we actually make a road trip, when we go down there to pick up like our thing, or pick up the groceries or anything like that. But anyway, like I said, today we got to grab the box that's over here in the corner of the garage here. Let me grab that. Definitely, that was for sure a corner. You know, that's definitely was a flat wall. Let's go down here. This is just a big giant box. Like, this is heavy, really heavy. Let's go put it in the bed of the truck here. But it's actually for this. So let's go and pull this, my F-150 out. My very first truck here. Let's go and pull this thing out of the shed so that I can have some room. And I do have an update on the JCB. They're almost done fixing, but they're not quite done yet. So today we're actually just gonna we're gonna do one modification of this. We're gonna get this thing lifted up all the way and get it all lifted up and things. So let's go ahead and start working on that. All right, Jin. Better jack this up real fast. Okay, jack stand. Alright. Jack stand over there. Okay, let's lower it down. Okay, got it lowered down. Let's go and jack it up here. Alright, put jack stand there. Put jack down. There we go. Bring it over here. Jack it up. Okay. Jack stand. Take jack back out. Okay. Take these tires off. Put them over here. Take this tire off. Put them over here. Then let's do the same thing here. Alright, tires are off. So let's see how rusty. Surprisingly, for how rusted out the floor is under here, guys. The suspension mounts are not rusted at all, surprisingly. That's actually a good thing. So let's go ahead and grab our toolbox from up here. Probably should have brought that with me. Let's go ahead and grab our toolbox from up here in the garage here. Let's go ahead and grab that after I go through the vehicle maze here real fast. Alright, let's bring this back with us. Let me run, I'm in a hurry, gotta get this stuff done. But anyway, let's start installing these new, this lift kit here. Get her, well, obviously anything better than that. It's just slammed. But let's start installing this. Okay, got that bolt undone, this bolt undone, alright. Put the new one back in, okay, that side's done. Oh, one thing I forgot to put the shock back on. Put the shock back on. There we go, brand new Fox shock. Let's do this side. Alright, this side is done, and I'm pretty, yeah, that's that factory spring. Yeah, she's supposed to be doing a smile the other way. It says it's going a frown. So yeah, I'm glad I'm replacing that. But yeah. So we'll put the new one back on. Put the shock back on. There we go. Alright, let's move to the back. So this is just going to be lift blocks with the suspension. Alright, okay. Alright. Put that all to the side. Alright, put this on. Alright, that's done. Put the new shock on. Good thing is about the shocks, I completely brought it off. Alright, let's do the last side here. Alright. Alright, this side's off. Put the new stuff on. And the new shock. Alright, let's slap the tires back on. Jin. Alright. She's all lifted up. She looks very, very weird right now. There's those really small tires, but that lift kit is done. It's all on it. This is a very weird lift kit. Actually, this is a very weird lift kit. But with the bigger tires, this should be better. It should actually, you know, look correct with the bigger tires. So that's the next one we got ordered. Is the tires. Surprisingly, for being a Jeep and being how rusty it is, this actually isn't taking that long. Surprisingly, I already have the lift kit done. So really, the only thing that we need to get done left with this is, well, new tires and rims, and we need to get all the rust repair done and clean it off, get rid of this stupid looking thing, get rid of that, we don't want that, get rid of that scroll, we don't need the scroll. Actually, I think we might have to keep the scroll light, but that can go. And then we need to put a snorkel on this thing. But anyway guys, this is going to be the end of the video. I hope you guys do enjoy. Make sure you smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, and turn on post notifications that you know when I post a video. And also, thank you for 106 subs. I really do appreciate it, guys. And that's the end of the video. I love you, and peace.